What up, lovely people? Welcome to another edition of The Movies I Bought, March 2016 edition. You all know the deal. This is a segment where I run down through all the Blu-rays and movies that I bought during the month of March. Let's get into it. And now for the newer movies I bought in the month of March. Now, first off, this is a movie that I actually bought in February, and when I watched it, wasn't really too big on it. And I gave it to my father and let him borrow it and watch it. And he said it was alright. It was a very tense film, and I can agree with that. It was a very tense film, but he gave it back, and I'll just keep it for whatever. And that is Sicario. Yeah, this is a good film though, and Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, especially Benicio del Toro, he was great in this film. Great performances in the film. It definitely was a very tense film, and it's a movie about the crime world of the drug cartel. But I'd say you might like this movie. Worth checking out. Next up, one of my favorite movies of 2016, and specifically at the number 2 spot, sometimes number 1, but that is Creed. I absolutely love this movie. Like, no words can explain, and I'm happy that I finally got it. I've seen this movie about twice now. The second time I actually took my father for his birthday to go see this movie. It was a great... I don't understand why this movie didn't get more than it deserved during the Oscars, but hey, I digress. Michael B. Jordan's great in the film. Sylvester Stallone, he definitely deserved the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor over the dude from Bridge of Spies, but who else? And Ryan Coogler, great director in this film, and I absolutely can't wait to see what he does next. So Creed, a great purchase right here, and to add to the Rocket collection. Next up, a movie I totally forgot and didn't get a chance to see in theaters, and it's also a comedy, and if I had seen it, it definitely probably would have been in my top best of the year. And that is The Night Before. I saw this movie, and great holiday flick right here. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie, they have great chemistry together. This is a great movie to watch on Christmas, and just all around great comedy. So I'm glad to have this. The next 3 right here are also movies that made it into my top favorites of 2015, and that is Concussion. Will Smith has a great performance in this film, as do everyone else in this movie. It's a great story about getting concussions doing football and CTE, and just makes you more aware, and I just love this movie. This is a great film. This film definitely deserved more than it got, and Will Smith definitely deserved an Oscar, I wouldn't say Oscar, but Oscar nomination for this movie. But this is a great movie to have, and great story. I recommend, seriously, go see this movie. Next up is Quentin Tarantino's new movie, The Hateful Eight. This is a great film. I saw it in theaters. Not my absolute favorite, but it's a great film to have, and hey, I just like collecting Quentin Tarantino movies, and because I do think that Quentin Tarantino, he has one of the best filmographies ever, and this movie right here is no exception. Great film right here. Samuel Jackson, he's great in this film. He definitely deserves a nomination for this movie, and everyone else in this movie is great. It was a great Western take on the movie Clue, and yeah. And last but not least of the newer movies I bought, and that is The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 2. And you all know how I feel about this movie. Check out our review of that, as well as my spoiler review. Could have been a better ending to the Hunger Games saga, but otherwise, I was pretty satisfied for the most part of how it ended. And I like this movie a second time around, so yeah. Jennifer Lawrence, she's great in the film as Katniss, and yeah. And great special features on here too. You should check it out, and I have the Target exclusive. And speaking of the Target exclusives, to segue into the older movies I bought in the month of March. Now, for the older movies I bought, speaking of Hunger Games, now beforehand I had the first Hunger Games on DVD, but not anymore. Because now I have the first Hunger Games on Blu-ray. Since the last Hunger Games movie was about to go out on Blu-ray, I thought, you know what, I think it's about that time to go get the first Hunger Games on Blu-ray. So now I have that, and now I have all 4 Hunger Games movies on Blu-ray and DVD. But as for the other 3 right here, all 3 of these are Target exclusives, and I absolutely love them. I wish I could get this on the Target exclusive, but yeah, Hunger Games. So, thank God for the Disney Movie Club, because I was able to get something that is not available in stores, and I wish it was, but luckily they had the Aladdin sequels, Aladdin the Return of Jafar and Aladdin and the King of Thieves. They finally released these 2 on Blu-ray, so now I have the entire Aladdin trilogy. And if you see my picture on Instagram, you see that picture I have with all 3 of these movies and the VHSs. And if you haven't seen that picture on Instagram, well, you should follow me on Instagram, but if you haven't seen that picture, hey, it's okay, I do have them here. I still have the VHSs to this day, and now I have the Blu-ray, so it's like bringing it full circle, or Circle of Life for Disney terms. But yeah, the Aladdin sequels, Return of Jafar, it's okay, but I think Aladdin the King of Thieves is the better of the Aladdin sequels because it actually delves more into Aladdin and his father, and I think the music in that movie is a whole lot better than Return of Jafar because it was just really just recycled music from the first movie. But overall, I say the Aladdin sequels are the only straight-to-video Disney sequels worth owning, let alone seeing. So, yeah. Now, beforehand, I had Jumper on DVD, but again, no more. Because now I have Jumper on Blu-ray, which also came with the DVD, so now I have the best of both worlds. So yeah, Jumper, it's a movie that's not really beloved, but I watched it when I remember when I saw it when I was younger. It was in high school, and I actually liked this movie. And it was not, and I feel like it's not a terrible movie, but it's definitely room for improvement. But I'd say this is a still enjoyable movie. And yeah, Hayden Christensen, I'd say it's one of his better films. Not a great actor, but one of his greater films. But yeah, Jumper, great movie. If you like this movie, awesome. More power to you. If you don't like him, hey, I understand. But yeah, Jumper, personally, I like this movie. And I also bought one of my other favorite comedies of all time. One of my favorite Ben Stiller movies and Vince Vaughn movies. That is Dodgeball, the true underdog story. Yeah, I saw this a lot when I was younger. They used to play this all the time on HBO and Cinemax. This is funny. This movie's funny to me to this day, and now I finally have it on Blu-ray. Next up is a movie I didn't see until later in life, and I appreciate it a lot more, and that is White Man Can't Jump, starring Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. One of my favorite Woody Harrelson movies, and Wesley Snipes performing movies. And one of my favorite Wesley Snipes movies. Great conversion on Blu-ray, and yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend you see this movie. This is a great movie right here. Next up, I saw this in the grocery store, and it's something I've been meaning to watch for some time, and that is Seth MacFarlane's Gallivant of cartoon comedy, uncensored. I haven't gotten a chance to watch this yet, but I am a fan of Seth MacFarlane because I'm a huge Family Guy fan, and I do like the Tab movies, A Million Ways to Die in the West. But I do like Seth MacFarlane cartoons, though, except for American Dad, because, again, but I did want to take a chance to see this movie, so I wouldn't buy it on Blu-ray, so now I have it. Then I saw this copy in Books A Million, which is a store that sells books, but they also sell other things like CDs and movies and movie memorabilia or music memorabilia and old records, too. But if you know Catfish, the TV show, it's on MTV, well, I've never seen the movie, and so they had this in the bargain bin for $3, Catfish, the movie, otherwise the documentary. I also haven't gotten a chance to see this yet, but I'm going to take a look at it and see how this movie is. And I like good documentaries, and I do like the show Catfish, so yeah. And then lastly, a movie that I found in the thrift store, and it's a movie that I saw when I was younger. And in this movie had some of the first sex scenes I ever saw in a movie, and that is Unfaithful. And if you see my Man of Steel review and you saw how I feel about Diane Lane, well, yeah, this is a movie I'm talking about. And why I can't really take her all that seriously as Martha Kent. But yeah, this is still a good movie right here. One of the better Fatal Attraction-ish type movies right here. And I saw some of the deleted scenes on here, and yeah, it was pretty good, especially the alternate ending of this movie. And I haven't seen this movie on Blu-ray anywhere, but if I do, I'll probably get rid of this and, yeah, the Blu-ray. But as for right now, I just have this on DVD for right now. So yeah, these are all the movies I bought during the month of March, and yeah, it's quite a lot right here, and I need to settle down for a little bit, because this is quite a lot. But yeah, a lot of older movies, a lot of newer movies, and so yeah, do you own any of these movies? What do you think of these movies? Have you seen any of these movies? Let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, so that's it for the day. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more, go to my channel. The link is in the description below. And be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Movie Pilot, and Periscope. Peace.